Angela, thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about Pride Month and why is it exciting that we're actually celebrating it here at Summerbee Cruise Ship?
I'm Angela, Lifestyle Associate at Summerbee for 7 months, 8 months. Pride to me is important because the men and women that had to go through the struggle of even getting the LGBTQ community more of an acceptance, what they had to go through. In 1969, it was actually illegal to let it be known that you were a member of the LGBTQ community. And the men and women had to fight to get rights to even be out. Not to mention that just recently in 2000s that it became legal to be married. So for me to be out and to be a little more free and a little more comfortable with who I am, it's important, and I owe that to the men and women in 1969 who fought to, get it more accepted. The first Pride was actually held in 1970, so I think we've come a long way from there, and I'm grateful for that. And I had to live in fear for years of who I am because of being judged or all of a sudden not being liked, just because of that little fact about me.
When it comes to our residents, what is something that you'd like for them to know?
I would like them to know that just because somebody is a member of the LGBT community doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're evil. I think with this generation, because of how they were raised, it's frowned upon and it's really unacceptable. I will go from being caring and funny, confident to, well, that's all there is about me. Somebody is going to change their opinion of me. It is my hope that people will open their hearts and open their minds a little bit to see that this is just one part of me. It's not the whole thing, and that maybe they can open their hearts a little bit. And I'll tell a quick story about a friend of mine who called me, 10 or 12 years ago and wanted to have coffee with me. And he sat down, he was in late 60s, early 70s, and he said to me, I was raised to believe that I was better than African American people. And he said, I started working with somebody in my 20s who was African American, and I decided to take him to lunch. And I realized in talking to him that we were the same. He was intelligent, we had things in common, and that we were the same, and that the color of his skin did not matter. So I learned from that if there was anything I had a question about, I needed to just talk to them. So I wanted to talk to you. I know that you were married to a man and now you're dating a woman, and I don't understand that. And after several minutes of talking, it finally occurred to me, understanding is not what's needed here. What's needed here for the LGBTQ community is acceptance. Acceptance that this is just who we are, or a part of who, it's not even all of who we are, it's just a part of who we are. And he got it. He was like, oh, I was trying to understand it. And I'm like, you'll never understand it. It's just accepting. It's almost like me accepting somebody loves to garden. I can't stand it. I hate yard work. I hate being in there. Somebody else likes it, that's fine. I can accept that. Just accept that this is just a part of who I am. I'm still funny, I'm still caring, I still, love what I do and serving the community here, and it's just a part, and that's just all I wanted to say.
I love it. Well, you're such a great person. You are so brave for doing this, and again, just like the people before you that fought for your rights, just so proud of you that you're fighting for your rights, and that, like you said, you're just the same old Angela that we all know, and you're such a blessing in our community, and we thank you so much for doing this interview.
So the fact that Bridge is celebrating is huge. You know, it's one thing to say that they hire and they don't discriminate when they hire. That's great. But the fact that they're celebrating, it's really putting some power behind that. And it's really letting me know how much they do accept the LGBTQ community.